Hello students, and welcome to Literary Essay lesson number 3. Today is all about finding and testing a thesis. As a review, remember from lesson 2, you found big ideas from noticing small details within the literary essay that you chose. Now, remember that your thesis is your seed idea. It's what you believe about from your story. To help, I like to ask myself the following question. What is the big idea I really want to say about the story? To answer this question, don't just think about it. Write about it. To do so, I'm going to ask you to create a new Google Doc inside your student folder. And what you're going to do is you're going to label it, beginning with your name, dash, lesson 3, another dash, and then the story of the literary essay that you're focusing on. For me, remember that our mentor text is Fox, so I'm going to type in Fox. What you need to do next is to do a quick write about the moments of the story that feel most important to you. Think about it. And then you can start at the beginning of the story. Magpie is hurt and dog comes to her rescue. He carries Magpie gently in his mouth. Remember that we thought it was interesting that the author used the word gentle to describe the dog's mouth, even though we know that dogs' mouths have big teeth and they can rip open tough stuff. State a part of the story that feels important, and then tell me what it shows you. So take something from the story and add your opinion. This shows he is trying to help her, not hurt her. Don't forget to add your transitional phrases like next, then, after that. Dog carries Magpie to his cave and takes care of her burnt wing. In other words, dog really wants to help Magpie. He helps her wing get better, and then he tries to help her spirits get better too. Magpie does not want dog's help, but dog keeps trying. Now remember, you take something that you know and you add something that is your opinion. This tells me that dog doesn't give up easily. He tries to cheer Magpie up by telling her that he is blind and life is still good. After you have your quick write about the important aspects of the story, it's time to begin to write your thesis, or your seed idea. Now, remember students, when you are creating a thesis, look for ideas, not facts. Look for ideas that you thought of, not that which was actually written inside the text. So far from my quick write, I have a couple of big ideas, so I'm going to write them down below. Big ideas. First one, dog wants to save Magpie. Second one, dog tries to help Magpie in different ways. And then the third one, what's another one? Dog helps and dog tries. How about Magpie doesn't appreciate dog's friendship? Up top, we have the quick write. Down below, I have 3 big ideas. Pause the video right here. Look at the literary essay you chose. Open up your student folder, create a new doc, label it your name, dash, lesson 3, dash, the story that you're focusing on. Do a quick write about the important aspects of the story, and then develop 2, 3, or even 4 ideas that can serve as your thesis. When you're finished, unpause the video and we'll continue again. I'll be back. Alright, so if you are watching now, it shows me that you must be ready. Let's test this. Dog wants to save Magpie. Now, I asked myself the 2 questions. Does this opinion relate to more than one part of my literary essay? What do you think? And the second one, is there enough evidence from the story to support my big idea? Now, everyone, as I think about these 2 questions and relate it to the thesis that I wrote, dog wants to save Magpie. Well, now that I asked myself the first question, does this relate to more than one part of the literary essay? the story, I sort of think that Dog only really wants to save Magpie like at the beginning of the story. What writers do is they write their ideas and then they go back to revise it. I'm thinking, how could I go back to my big ideas and my quick write up here and think about ideas for a theme throughout the whole story? I see a lot about how Dog is a very caring character. That makes me think he's a pretty good friend. If I tweak a couple things to make a stronger thesis, I might come up with something like this. Not Dog wants to save Magpie, but Dog is a good friend. Now I ask myself, after I've revised my thesis, the same two questions. Does this opinion relate to more than one part of the essay? And is there enough evidence from the story to support the big idea? You're going to test the thesis using the same two questions. When you're finished, you're going to select one that you think is the strongest big idea. Let's have a look at today's assignment. Writers, when you are looking to develop a strong thesis, I want you to do these two things. The first one is look back at the comments. Start at the Google Doc of the literary essay where the students commented and replied about that literary essay. And then write a quick write, the same way that I did, in your Google Docs. And then you're going to list possible seed ideas. We call these theses, or multiple of one thesis. And the second thing I'm going to ask you to do today is to test your theses by checking to see if they relate to more than one part of the text and by asking yourself these two questions. First, does this opinion relate to more than one part of my essay? And is there enough evidence from the story to support the big idea? Don't forget, boys and girls, that you are looking for ideas right now, not something that was actually written in the text. Remember, the thesis that I came up with that I think is true to the whole story is that Dog is a good friend. The book never said Dog is a good friend. That was something that I pulled out after reading, rereading, reflecting, and doing some writing about it. Today, your job is going to be to do the same thing. All right, that's it for today. Happy reading, happy writing, and good luck on writing your thesis.